Special thanks to Patreon supporter Derek Frost Westbrook for making this video possible. Hello ladies and gentlemen, Scaretofo here bringing you another Minecraft Cold War vehicle tutorial. In this tutorial we go ahead and build the Type 74C. The Type 74 is a main battle tank of the Japan Ground Self-Defense Force. It was built by Mitsubishi Heavy Industries as a supplement to the earlier Type 61. It was based on the best features of a number of contemporary designs, placing it on the same chassis as the US M60 Patton or German Leopard 1. Like these designs, it mounts the Royal Ordnance L7 rifled 105mm gun. The design did not enter widespread use until 1980, by which point other Western forces had introduced more capable designs. It was followed by heavier Type 90. Both the Type 74 and Type 90 are supplemented and will eventually be replaced by the new generation Type 10 tank. This tank here is still in service with some of its more modern upgraded versions, yeah, pretty interesting little tank here, kind of one, I guess you can say, one of the real first domestically made main battle tanks from Japan. It's overall pretty interesting design. However, as you'll see, it's pretty much got that very, mid Cold War type look to it, and obviously with that, it will obviously suffer against modern, combatants and modern tanks. But still a cool design and should be a fun one to incorporate into your new worlds if you're looking for a nice Japanese type vehicle. This also is known by the name of the STB-1. The STB-1 was the prototype version of this tank, and that was the prototype name. The STB-1 just became the Type 74 with a few minor alterations and really nothing too major that really makes it look all that different. Before we move straight into taking a look at the build, I do want to go and give special thanks to Patreon supporter Derek Frost Westbrook for making this tutorial possible. If you guys are interested in supporting the channel more, you already do, feel free to check out my Patreon page. Link is always in my video descriptions, where you can go and pledge a small amount to the channel every month, and in doing so earn a vehicle request to your choosing. It really helps support the work I do on my channel. Is really greatly appreciated, so definitely feel free to check that out. Again, link will be down in the video description for that. With it though, let's go and dive in here to take a look here at the Type 74C. So going ahead and jumping into it, we have the main gun here. As I mentioned, it's a 105mm main gun. We have all the detail here for the front, the little driver's viewport, the front sloping of the armor, headlights, all that fun stuff. As we move to the top of the turret here, we have the top-mounted machine gun, which from pictures definitely seems to be a 50 caliber machine gun, which would make sense, being allies with the United States and all that. We then have the smoke grenade dispensers here on the sides, the rear of the turret, the radio antenna, and all the back detailing here over the kind of engine deck, which just has all this, miscellaneous detail, vents, all that stuff for the engine compartment. And then on the very back here, we just have some extra little bits and pieces here of, just detailing and stuff like that of stuff that's on the tank. So overall, pretty cool design, and again, will make an awesome addition to any of your worlds. It's a nice kind of Cold War Japanese self-made tank. Without further ado though, let's go move into the tutorial by beginning with our first layer number 1. Alright guys, so moving into our first layer here, we can go ahead and begin with layer 1. For layer 1, to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to place down an air brick slab like so, followed by an air brick top slab coming off that slab. After we have that done, we want to go and then place down a second row coming off to like that to the side there. We're going to go then place down 2 black shulker boxes that will be back to back like so. And then after that, we want to go and then grab ourselves some polished blackstone stairs. We're going to place down 2 stairs like this, followed by another set right behind those. Again, we're going to place down 2 black shulker boxes across on their sides. And then again, another set of 2 of these polished blackstone stairs back to back. Actually, my bad, it's supposed to be after those polished blackstone stairs back to back, it is going to be another set of 2 polished blackstone stairs. Then another set, and then one last row, or one last set, I should say, like this going back. So basically you should have this one kind of complete wheel here, and then you should have stairs here for the remaining section going down the side of the tank. After we have that done, we're going to then place down 2 narrow brick slabs, and then 2 narrow brick top slabs like this to round off the back there. We're going to go then take our dark oak wood slabs. We're going to place down 3 dark oak wood top slabs going across from this narrow brick slab here on the back. And then going to the front of the tank here, we're going to go ahead and go to the first polished blackstone stair. We're going to place down our row 3 going across. In front of this, we're going to place down a dark oak wood fence gate to both sides, a top slab there in the center. We're going to open the fence gates here toward the front of the building, like so. And then we're going to place down dark oak wood signs on the sides there of those fence gates, and that will kind of round off the front. At this point in time, we can go and then just take our dark oak wood top slabs and fill in the base here of the vehicle, this to go ahead and make it nice and solid and filled in. At this point in time, we're going to go then take our black shulker boxes. We're going to place down a row of 2 black shulker boxes like this across, and we're just going to copy the same thing we did for the tracks just over here to this side. So it's the same exact thing on both sides. It transfers over fairly easy, so we're just going to go and do this kind of quickly, as the other side was explained in pretty good depth. And just like that. And after we have that done, also in the back here, we do have a bit of detail we're also going to put on. It's going to be an item frame on those 2 slabs. And in those item frames, we're going to place down tripwire hooks, rotated so that they look like they hang downwards like so. And then lastly, we also want to grab a zombie head and place down a zombie head here, coming off that middle slab like so. At this point in time, you'll see here these wheels are pretty bland. We're going to go and kind of spice them up a little bit by placing down an item frame on the side here, and then a green terracotta block in the item frame. Same thing can be done over here on this side, just like this here for the road wheels. And if you're on Java, we'll throw a little dark oak button there and come off the side of the shulker box as well. Now just note that if you're on any version other than Java, you'll not be able to place down an item frame and a button in the same block space, so you will have to go ahead and just place down the item frame and disregard the button. Button's just a little bit of extra detail for us on Java. After that though, we do have some banners here that will be used to go ahead and make the road wheels. These banners are pretty simple to make, and I'm not going to go ahead and go in extreme detail for them, especially how to make them in a loom. But basically all you're doing here is you're going to take a black banner, you're going to go and split the banner in half of green on the right side for one banner, and then the other banner is going to be split in half of green on the left side for the other. So you have these 2 banners here, and then you just want to do a black horizontal line that goes through the center, and that's really about it. You'll take these banners, you'll place them here on the sides of the stairs so that the green is facing toward each other. And what you'll create here is kind of a nice road wheel type design and have some pretty good spacing in between those wheels. And we'll just go ahead and do the same thing over here on this side as well. And once you have that all done right there, that will pretty much conclude what we have there for our road wheels of our vehicle. And that will complete layer number 1. And with that, we'll be going ahead and moving into our next layer, which will be layer number 2. Alright guys, moving into our next layer, we're going ahead and moving into layer number 2. For layer 2 to get started with here, we're going to take our dark oak wood slabs, we're going to place down, well actually first we're going to place down a green terracotta block on both sides here, and then a dark oak wood slab here to the sides. We're going to go then place down an item frame on the side of that slab, and we're going to go then place down a green terracotta block in the item frame like so, and same thing will be done over here on this side. Again, if you're on Java, we'll go ahead and go a little bit above and beyond here, and we'll place down a dark oak wood sign on the side there of the slab as well. So just like that for the side. And then we're going to take dark oak trapdoors and we're going to place them down here on the sides of these blocks and have them closed like so, or laying flat, however you want to phrase that. Then after that, we're going to then place down a green terracotta block going back on both sides, followed by another brick top slab like so. And we'll also go ahead and take our green terracotta and fill in a space of 3 across the center there like so. We're also going to take our dark oak top slabs and place down a row of 3 of top slabs going across the middle there as well. At this point in time, we're going to then take our green terracotta and place down another row of 5 going across and another brick top slab to both sides. Then we just want to take our green terracotta, go back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 blocks back. And same thing over here. So all the way back to this point here. And then at this point, we're going to then place down 1 green terracotta block going in toward the inside there, or toward the middle, I should say. And in the very middle, we're going to place down a stripped spruce wood block like so. We then want to take our green terracotta. We're just going to fill in the space in the inside here of the vehicle like so. And this will just kind of close this whole area off like that. And then after we have that done, we're going to go then take our nether brick slabs. We're going to place down 2 slabs here going back. Then 1, 2, 3, 4 daylight detectors, which will all turn to night mode. And over here, we're going to do the same thing. 2 nether brick slabs. 1, 2, 3, 4 daylight detectors, all turn to night mode. And then another 2 nether brick slabs like this going back, followed by a dark oak wood slab. On the side of the dark oak wood slab, I'm going to place down an item frame and a cobweb, and then a nether brick slab on top of this top slab on the very end here. And over here on this side, we're just going to do the same thing. 2 nether brick slabs, dark oak wood slab, item frame, cobweb, nether brick slab. After we have that done, we then want to go ahead and place down a trapdoor coming off the side here of this nether brick slab. So that'll be done on both sides there. And then we're going to place down a zombie head on those 2 blocks like so. After we have that complete, we're going to go then place down a tripwire hook here in the center and a dark oak button there to the left side of that tripwire hook like that. And with that all complete, that is going to wrap up what we have there for layer number 2. And with that, we'll go ahead and move on to our next layer, layer number 3. Moving into our next layer, we have layer number 3. For layer 3 to begin with, we're going to go ahead and take our dark oak wood slabs, and we want to go ahead and place down a row of 3 here across the center. After we have that done, over here on the right side of the build, we're going to go ahead and place down a dark oak wood fence gate like so. And we then want to go ahead and grab ourselves an anvil. We're going to place down an anvil here, positioned like so. Then on the left side here, we're just going to place down an additional dark oak wood slab, and then another anvil like so. Coming off these anvils, we're going to place down item frames, and then in those item frames, we're going to place down a snowball like so. At this point in time, we're going to go ahead and place down a green carpet on top of these dark oak wood slabs like this. And then after that, we want to go and then place down a lever, which will be located here on the left side on this green terracotta block. And then it's just going to be 1, 2, 3 green carpet over. Now at this position right here, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves an item frame again. And we also want to go ahead and grab ourselves a firework star. We're going to place down a item frame coming off this fence gate and then a firework star in that. If you're on Java, we'll also go ahead and place down a zombie head here on this green terracotta block. That right there will be only possible on Java just due to the fact that the item frame and zombie head cannot be in the same block space. You may also find difficulty here of placing down these item frames, and if that's the case with the anvils and the carpet, I would probably recommend placing the carpet over the item frame. So that is a bit of detail you will probably have to lose out on, again depending on what version you're on. After that though, we're going to go ahead and then place down a dark oak wood slab, going back from these anvils. And we then want to go ahead and grab ourselves a smoker, as well as a piston. We're going to place down a piston here, then a smoker, and then 1, 2, 3 pistons across. Now the pistons will be placed for us on Java because we have a special tool that we can use to modify said pistons. However, if you are not on Java, I would recommend going ahead and grabbing yourself some end portal frames and using these instead. These are a good tool to use. Let's see, I just actually lost it. Actually, no, it's in my toolbar. But yeah, you can use Emperor frames as well in this situation, though obviously pistons here are going to be your best bet and will be more of a Java feature for Java players. After that, though, we're going to go then take our green terracotta and place down a row of 5 going across here, and then we're going to go then place down a dark oak wood stair to both sides. After that, we want to go and go back from the dark oak wood stair, 1, 2, 3 more stairs back, and over here, same thing, 1, 2, 3. We're going to go and take our green terracotta, and we'll just fill in the space between those stairs, going all the way across like so. At this point here, I also went ahead and grabbed some iron tools, so some shovels and some axes, and on these middle 2 stairs, I went ahead and placed down some item frames. I did this on both sides, and I went ahead and just threw in some tools there in the item frames like this to kind of, you know, add a little bit of detail there, some spare tools or something mounted onto the side of the tank. With that done, we're going to then take our green terracotta and we're going to place down a row of 5 going across here again. We then want to place down a green shulker box to both ends. After that's done, we're going to go ahead and then grab ourselves a loom. We want to place down a loom here in the center, like so. We're going to place down a green shulker box, like this to both sides, and then we're going to go and then place down a black concrete block to the side there. So black concrete, again to both sides. Then after that, we're going to go and then grab ourselves a kelp block, and we're going to place down a dried kelp block to both sides. We're going to place down an item frame here on the side of the dried kelp blocks, as well as a iron bar in the item frame. And since we're at it and we have the material already, we'll place down the same thing up on top here, and we'll rotate the iron bar in this top item frame so it kind of flows like this here, and kind of puts the venting over where will be our mufflers. And we're going to go and place down one more dried kelp block back, and we're going to do the same exact thing. So just like this, and same thing over here. So just like that. And then after we have that all done, going back to the center, we're going to go ahead and then go back an additional 3 more looms. So 1, 2, 3. And we then want to go ahead and take our shulker boxes. We're going to place down 1, 2, 3 shulker boxes back, and 1, 2, 3. Then for our black concrete, we're going to go back 1, 2. 1, 2 for a total of 3, and then a green terracotta block to both sides. On the very back here, we're going to place down a strip spruce wood block on top of the one from the previous layer, and then 2 green terracotta blocks out to both sides. We're going to go then grab ourselves dark oak wood stairs. We're going to place down a dark oak wood stair like this, coming off the dried kelp block, and then 2 regular stairs. So the stairs turns into a corner stair, and we have 2 stairs like so. And same thing will be done over here on this side as well. So just like that. After that, we want to go and then grab ourselves a weather skeleton skull. We're going to place it down the side here of this cornered stair. And same thing will be done over here as well. Then for the very back here, we're just going to go ahead and place down an item frame on these two stairs like so. And we want to go and then take or grab ourselves some apples, and we're going to place down apples in those item frames for brake lights. Then to the right side here, we're going to place down another item frame, an iron bar in the item frame like so. And we then want to go ahead and grab ourselves a mossy cobblestone wall. We're going to place it down here, coming off this block like so. And then also over here to the left side, we're going to place down a dark oak wood fence gate coming off this block here. A zombie head coming off that fence gate, and then also a dark oak wood button on this green terracotta block. At this point in time, from us Java players, we're going to go ahead and type in the command /give @p minecraft :debug _stick. And using this command and pressing enter will give you this glowing stick. By going up to this wall here, we can actually go ahead and change the properties of it by changing the directions that the wall actually looks like it connects out to. And what this does, it helps us kind of create this kind of more fuller block here on the back. So just a kind of nice little, I guess, detail there to kind of expand upon it. Your directions might vary. For me, it's east to west. By changing both those to the tall, it creates this nice look here. Yours might be north and south, depending on the orientation of your vehicle on your world. But yeah, that right there is pretty much about it for what we have going on there. Make sure you hold on to this debug stick because we will be using it in the future here pretty soon. But yeah, that right there is going to conclude what we have there for layer number 3. And with that, let's move on to layer number 4. Alright guys, moving into layer number 4. For layer 4, to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to place down a row 3 of green terracotta across this section here. We then want to go ahead and take our dark oak stairs. We're going to place down an upside down stair here in the center, and then an upside down corner stair to both sides of that stair, as well as a upside down corner stair here, or just, sorry, an upside down normal stair out to the sides there like that. Once that's done, we want to go ahead and then take our dark oak wood slabs. We're going to place down 1, 2, 3, and on these last 3 top slabs here, we're going to go ahead and place down 2 dark oak wood signs on the sides there. So that'll be done on both sides. And then we're just going to continue forward. 1, 2, 3, 4 dark oak wood top slabs. We want to go and then grab a polished blackstone top slab. And we're going to place down that here, coming off that slab like that. And that's all we're going to do for the barrel for right now. Going back to our turret here, we're going to go ahead and take our green terracotta. We're going to place down a row of 5 across. And then a second row of 5 after that. We're going to go and then grab our green stained glass panes. We're going to place down 2 panes here. And 2 panes like that. After that's done, we want to go and then take our green terracotta. We're going to place down a row 3 across here, followed by a dark oak wood upside down stair to both sides, and we then want to place down a row 3 of upside down stairs going across. After we have that done, coming off that row 3 of stairs, we're going to place down 3 dark oak wood top slabs. We're going to go then take an item frame, and we're going to place it down on these green terracotta blocks here to both sides, followed by a green terracotta block in the item frame. And we also want to place down an item frame on the bottom of, or on the top here of these shulker boxes. This will be a Java only feature. And we're going to place down again green terracotta blocks in those item frames like that. After that's done, we want to go and then grab ourselves some rails. We're going to place down a row of 1, 2, and 3 of rails on the black concrete. 1, 2, 3. And then after that, we want to go and grab dark oak wood buttons. And we're going to place down dark oak wood buttons on the last 2 shulker boxes in these rows here. And we're going to go and make sure that the buttons are facing that orientation. Continuing on to the back, we want to go ahead and grab ourselves some repeaters, some spruce pressure plates, and a spruce trapdoor. We're going to place down a spruce trapdoor here in the center, a repeater to both sides, like so, and then a spruce pressure plate to the sides there of the repeaters. And after you have that done, that's going to pretty much do it for all the detail there on the engine deck. And with that, that will pretty much complete what we have there for this layer. One thing we can go ahead and do now is for us Java players is we'll go ahead and go up to these pistons. We'll left click the pistons until we get selected extended false pop up. We're going to go ahead and then right click the pistons after that, and what it's going to do is it's going to remove that wood portion on the top there, which helps with the front sloping there of our armor. After that is all complete though, that is going to wrap up what we have there for layer 4, and with that we'll move on to layer number 5. Alright guys, moving into our next layer, we move it into layer 5. One quick thing I want to add on to the previous layer before we go and get started is a dark oak wood fence gate that's going to be over this space right here. So this fence gate's going to go above this, or right next to the stair, and we're going to open it up toward that fence gate, or toward that stair. One thing to keep in note is that that piston will kind of format to its original state, so you'll need to take your debug stick there and just alter it again if you are on Java. Anyways though, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to place down a dark oak wood button on this slab here, And then we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4 green carpet back, followed by 2 dark oak wood trapdoors, and then another green carpet. We're going to go then place down a dark oak wood slab, the daylight detector to both sides. After that, we want to go and grab an item frame. We're going to place down an item frame here coming off this slab, a black concrete block in the item frame, and a dark oak wood sign coming off of it. After that, we want to go and then place down a piston. That's going to go back from the slab here, and then a slab to both sides of the piston. After that, we're going to go ahead and then place down a daylight detector to both sides. We then want to place down a row of 3 of green terracotta cross, and then a dark oak wood slab again to the sides. After that, we're going to place down another row of 3 of green terracotta going across, and we then want to go ahead and place down a dark oak wood stair, which will be facing this direction here to both sides. Going back from that stair, we're going to place down an additional stair, like so that stair up there turns into a corner stair, and then green terracotta between those stairs. We're going to go then place down another row of 3 of green terracotta across, followed by a dark oak stair, again to both sides. And then on the back here, we're just going to place down a row of 3 of pistons. Again, you can use end stone portal frames instead of the pistons. We then want to place down a dark oak wood fence gate that's going to come off this dark oak stair here, and that's going to be opened up to the side of the stair there. We're going to place down a wither skeleton skull coming off the side there. And then on top of this fence gate, we're going to place down a wither skeleton skull at a slight angle to both sides there for the smoke grenade dispensers on the rear of the turret. Then continuing on, we're going to place down a fence gate that's going to go in this space here. So like this to both sides. And this can be opened up toward the outside. And we're going to place down a dark oak wood sign coming off that fence gate, like so. After that, we want to go and then place down 1, 2, and 3 fence gates across this space here. We're going to open up the ones on the sides here toward the tank, and then this one here in the middle will be opened up toward the back. We're going to go and then take dark oak wood signs. We're going to place it down on the side of the middle fence gate and the ones to the sides. After that, we want to go ahead and also place down a zombie head here in the corners. That'll just be coming off the side here of this fence gate to both sides, like so. And then after we have that all done right there, that is going to conclude what we have there for layer 5. And with that, pretty much at this point, we'll be going ahead and moving into what will be our next, and pretty much actually our final layers, layers 6, 7, 8, and 9. So with that, let's move into our final layers. Alright guys, so moving into our final layers, to go ahead and get started with here, we want to go ahead and begin with by placing down a spruce wood slab on top of this block here. And we're going to go ahead and place down a zombie head coming off the side here facing toward the front of the slab, then on top of the stair, and then also the side facing toward the rear. Then right next to it, to the left, we're going to place down an anvil, followed by a polished black stone upside down stair coming off the anvil, and then a dark oak wood fence gate coming off the anvil opened up toward it. After we have that done, we're going to go ahead and place down an end rod coming off the stair, and we then want to place down a chain coming off the end rod. We're going to place down an item frame on this green terracotta block, and then in that item frame, we're going to place down a tripwire hook, which will be rotated to face forward. Then at this point in time, we can take our debug stick and right-click this piston to go ahead and reset it back to its normal state. We then want to go ahead and grab a dark oak wood button. We're going to place it down on top of this green terracotta block here. And also on top of this polished black stone stair, we're going to place down a redstone repeater and separate the notches going back like so. And then a zombie head here to the left side of the stair. If you're on Java, we're also going to go ahead and place down an item frame. That'll be on the side of this slab here. And in that item frame, we're going to place down a black bed, like so, which will rotate so that the black portion is sticking up like that above the zombie head. After that's done, going ahead and moving to the back here, we want to go ahead and begin with by placing down a dark oak wood fence post on top of these fence gates here. And we're going to go and then go up from that fence post, going up at an angle, 3 iron bars. Each one's going to kind of go up like a staircase, and you're going to go ahead and do that 3 times. And same thing over here, like so. After that is all done, we're going to go ahead and then place down our take our debug stick, and we're going to go ahead and right-click those pistons going across like so. Then after that, we're going to go ahead and take our redstone repeater. We're going to place down our redstone repeater right here, separate the notches, and this green terracotta block is actually going to be replaced with a strip spruce wood log instead for the hatch to the side there for the gunner. And then the last thing we're going to go ahead and do here for this tank, or one of the few last things, is we're going to place down 2 zombie heads here on the left side of the turret. We then want to go ahead and grab ourselves a green terracotta block, and we're going to place down a green terracotta block on top of this fence gate with a tripwire hook to the side of it. Now what you do next here is going to be very dependent on what version you're on. If you are not on Java Edition of Minecraft, I would recommend just placing down an item frame and a black stained glass pane in the item frame. If you are not and you're on Java, we can go ahead and do a cool technique here, which is going to involve placing down a glass pane, black stained glass pane like so. And again, we'll take our debug sticks here, and we'll select the directions that are going to basically extend the glass pane out to the sides like so. And it kind of creates a more accurately sized little light box or optics box located on the side of the turret there. So again, you can use an item frame and a black stained glass pane if you don't have a debug stick. If you do have a debug stick, you can go and use this option here, which I think is a little bit better. Anyways though, that right there is going to conclude my tutorial here for the Type 74C main battle tank. Hope you guys do enjoy this design and are able to put it to good use. If you do end up using this build, I do ask that you guys give me proper credit for it. This meeting from a sign on the build, tweet to my channel or this video if this does appear in social media sites. As long as I get proper credit for it, that's all I ask for when doing these tutorials. It helps my channel grow and continues to keep me inspired to keep on posting this type of content. So just as long as you guys give me credit for it, you're free for projects. With that, again, a big special thanks to Patreon supporter Derek Frost Westbrook again for making this tutorial possible. And as always, feel free to check my Patreon page. Link is always in my video descriptions. With that, thank you guys again so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been Garrett 2x4, and I'll see you guys next time.